everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Osweiler's Texans going up against Bradford's Vikings. With that, let's get up to Minneapolis as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the newest facility in the NFL, and it is a beauty as we come to you from U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Again, it's Miller. Stays on his feet. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run for it here. This is Prosh.
Oh, nice play.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
3rd and 1. Who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Play fake here on 1st down. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Here's a give to Miller.
Oh, no.
Oh,
man. Nice play. Nice play.
Houston. Lamar Miller, 74 yards.
Nice play.
Texans have taken the early
nice job, Edward.
And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because Nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Okay, down 7-0. Let's go, Vikings. Come on now. Let's get this thing done. Let's go, let's go.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And right away,
no.
The football. And in a golden position.
I tried to wait too long to throw it.
And as the Texans come back on the field, we mentioned earlier that Brock Osweiler, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions, but this offense can only muster 13 points last week.
And that's got to drive their head coach, Bill O'Brien, absolutely blotto, because let's face it, Bill O'Brien is an offensive guy. He actually took back play calling earlier this year to try and get his offense going, and he has the talent. With a high-priced free agent quarterback in Osweiler, Lamar Miller's an all-purpose running back, can run it and catch it. And how about the guys that throw it to? DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller. They have to be able to generate more points.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. And they'll give Miller another crack. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Nice catch.
Braxton Miller.
Nice catch, man.
Touchdown. And the Texans will extend their lead. As a
very nice.
DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective,
wow, nice play.
Those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts.
All right, dug a hole.
Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it.
Dug a hole.
That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A first down throw for Bradford.
Oh, no.
Team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph.
Oh, my gosh.
Take over at the 39-yard line.
Oh, no.
And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done. No matter what the defense throws.
Digging a big-time hole here.
Groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now, this Minnesota defense played well against Dallas Week 13. Remember, they were without Mike Zimmer. He's their head coach, but he's a defensive guy.
And I believe that Zim does handle most of the calls on defense as well. So, yes, he's the head coach, but he handles that side of the ball. That's his specialty. But I thought it galvanized the team. Not having Mike Zimmer there, they wanted to play really well for him, and they did throughout the game. They just had the coordinators handle each side of the ball, and the defense kind of took care of their own business.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texas
okay,
football.
Not a very good start for me here against Edward 92.
They do, however, have a tough third and long coming up. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler.
There we go. Trey Waynes, nice pressure there. Too bad we couldn't get a fumble or a sack, but we got in there.
When you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion,
we'll take it.
As we just saw there, that's winning football.
On fourth down, the Texans will turn it over to the active leader in punting yards, and that's Shane Leckler. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota.
Nice punt. Out about the 10.
Out of bounds. Now
the
it's
11.
a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say
all right, not a very good offensive start for me. I've had, what, 2 plays? Maybe. I've had an interception and a fumble. I've only had 2 plays. Yeah, I've had an interception and a fumble.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. McKinnon last week, 41 yards, 9 carries. Had a receiving touchdown. But, you know, as a team, the Vikings, 867 yards rushing this year. That's dead last in the NFL.
And I think a lot of people are eager to get Adrian Peterson back and think that that will cure everything. But Matt Asiata and Jerick McKinnon are a pretty nice combo. They just aren't getting much blocking and much support up front. I do think left tackle T.J. Clemmings is an excellent run blocker, and they might need to go in that direction a little bit more.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 4.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Here we go now. Green,
in motion, Patterson. Bradford from the gun on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell.
Oh, man.
No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they're coming off a 3rd
wow.
my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go
oh,
to a
wow.
that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit.
This is probably one of my worst games in a long time.
How do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Jeez.
C.J. Fedorowicz, from a yard out. And the Texans will
Edwards killing.
Lead.
Just killing it.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And it is now 21-0.
Egats.
Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now let's switch gears for a second here and talk about the Texans and where they stand in the division.
7 total yards of offense. Man.
South. Obviously, they can still win it.
And I think they'll have to lean a lot on their defense, which has carried much of the load this year. Remember, J.J. Watt has missed most of the season. But how about the development of Jadeveon Clowney? He has played so well since they moved him back to his more natural defensive end position. He didn't play at Green Bay, and they missed him in a close loss.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. In motion, Patterson. Now Bradford on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He just sat there.
The collision there jarred the ball loose.
Thought he ran all the way through that route.
2nd down. I want to switch gears for a second just to talk quarterbacks. We've discussed a lot of young quarterbacks being great in the league this year. Aaron Rodgers turned 33 this past week. In general, at what age do you start to say, that's tough for him to still do it under center in the NFL?
You know, that's a great question because based on what I remember from my youth and growing up in the game and observing the game, early 30s, you started to wonder a little bit about guys. But I think that number's really been extended, partner, because better nutrition, better health. These guys are taking care of themselves, and they want to play longer. They love playing. So take a look at what Tom Brady's doing now at his age. Look at what Drew Brees is doing at his age. And neither one of them has talked at all about giving up this game.
And just to be clear, Aaron, if you're listening, I was not calling you old. On 3rd down, Bradford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds.
Let's see what we can do, defense.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now Osweiler down around his goal line. He's going to float this one deep right side. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. 8 yards still remaining here on third down. They come up in an offset eye. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
That's caught Fedorowicz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Texans a first down. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. On the right side, this is Miller. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now it's Osweiler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On third down, Osweiler. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Black 58, rail! Black 58, rail!
A first down throw for Bradford. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back.
Put the flag. Put the flag.
He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. And now it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 2nd down, Bradford again. The left side caught by Diggs. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Bradford now to throw on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. In motion, Patterson. First down, Bradford. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. So Adam Thielen, Charles, a guy we talked about a few times. He's had to rise up from being undrafted, slowly working his way toward the top of the totem pole.
And, partner, you know how you know a guy is doing exactly what you said? It's when you sit down with coaches and they don't mention that they hope that he can step up and play. They just mention him as part of the game plan. And that's what's happened with Adam Thielen. He is an integral part of what they do on offense and a guy that Sam Bradford looks for in the clutch.
15 catches last 2 games coming out of Week 13. Now Bradford. This will be caught at the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Here's Bradford. That's caught at the 3. And he'll get into the end zone.
There we go.
Touchdown, Minnesota. Matt Oceana.
There we go, finally.
Final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And now out comes Houston. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, Patterson. Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Bradford on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
That was a stupid idea.
Back to the 33-yard line.
Dang it.
We take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. After the interception, here's Osweiler. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And that's
so frustrating. Dang it.
His height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make steps
darn
in
it.
the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Third down and 8 now.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! All right, now, look at 56.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Now, check. Patriot!
On third down, Osweiler. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And they will get to this one and down
that's a good bounce.
at the 13-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Well, Charles, a lot of discussion this year from us about MVP candidates, understandably so. What about guys who maybe would be in that MVP discussion if their team was performing better?
David Johnson, the running back for Arizona, tracking for over 2,400 yards all-purpose. How about Drew Brees, tracking for another season of over 5,000 yards passing? And Luke Kuechly from Carolina, he's always in this discussion, but with his injury, that takes him out of it. But how about after he got hurt against New Orleans, the respect from everyone else in the league, the concern about his injury, that tells you about what they think of him.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. Here we go. Green.
In motion, Patterson. On third down, Bradford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 82 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
As a fan, is there anything...
That was pretty sloppy. We'll take it, though.
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
That's going to be...
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
In motion, Patterson. Play clock winding down. Second down, Bradford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Throwing, Bradford. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now. On for his second.
Come on,
punt.
gonna need
Take
to
a
be a nice
repeat of his
kick.
first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
That's good. Now let's do something with this.
One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage. And it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback.
Oh, I missed it.
In front of them.
Get in there.
Big advantage of it. Went the other direction. Excellent blocking and picked up a touchdown.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They come up in an offset eye. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On second down, here's Miller. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Defense has to stand tall here, 3rd and 1. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Miller. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44 as Chad Greenway in on the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Nice play.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Even score late in the 4th. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green, Leopard. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he's going to... And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. On now in a big spot in this ball game is the kicker, Nick Novak. And Novak's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon,
One
you know
time
they
out.
would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And now out comes Minnesota. In motion, Patterson. He's back to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there on the catch and run. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Diggs going in motion right. They'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Four down. Check. Ready. Blue. Z. Presto. Slam.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up second down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Green, 90.
Bradford. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. So with next to nothing left on the clock, they get Charles what should be the game-winning touchdown catch.
That felt so much like practice and preparation coming together. So many times your last practice of the week, you score the game-winning touchdown. Everyone leaves the field feeling good about themselves. They got it done for real in this situation.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. On the return, here comes Keith Mumphrey. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse.